Hello, it is Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Tuesday crossword today, and I was going to solve this using just the across clues, but I've noticed there are little bits scrolled into the grid already, and I think I'm more curious today to engage with this theme, this April 1st potential April Fool's Day theme, than I am to solve with the across clues. So I'm going to do that today. And this strange, perhaps foolish edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Chelsea B., Trennan Levitt, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the indefinable Charlie Paget. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They do, of course, keep this channel going. They sustain it day by day. I'm very grateful to them for that. Thanks to those four, and thanks to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to support the channel that way yourself, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description field link where you'll find the bonus videos available to patrons, and that includes 3 boss words, spring themeless league puzzles, tricky competition level puzzles, as well as the March monthly bonus puzzle from the New York Times, and a week of mini puzzles from last Friday. So all of that, and then the next boss words, the themeless league puzzle, coming soon. They've been good. I've been pleased with them this year. Those have been fun, themeless, tricky solves, I think. Anyway, that's all there, and of course the official mug for benefactors. Thanks as well if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, which is a big help. And finally, there is that Daily Solve Discord chat server you can join via the description field link. All right, let's get on to this interesting looking crossword today by Sandy Milton, perhaps, who's constructed a small handful of puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. There's presumably something April Fool's Day related today. So let's get on with it and see what this is all about. Let's start solving. Right, it's all over the place. Les Miserables. Okay, so why is that there? Is it correct? Do I just write it in? I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Declare openly, to aver something. That's a correct answer. I mean, I can imagine there being other 4-letter words that mean declare openly. That's pretty easy to imagine. But this is a strange one. What else could this be other than Les Miserables, other than les, the in French? I don't know what that's about. Here we have genetic material, RNA. I mean, it could be DNA, but again, this is the one that's strange. Are they meant to be just the same? Why are they here? Horsepower. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What is going on with this? Educational items that spin. Greek goddess of wisdom, Athena. Is there another one? I really want to know if these are meant to be different to what is written in the grid. Takes a load off. Well, that was going to end with S anyway. Takes a load off. Oh, this just has an S over here, and so does this. Interesting. Do they spell something? Averliz? No, don't think so. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so... Oh, publication where this puzzle might be found, where the 18 across is commonly found. Okay, we'll get to that eventually. Crown for the prom queen could be a tiara. I'm really confused. I'm probably over-confusing myself for no reason. Takes a load off. If one sits, one takes a load off. Popular cooking spray. Pam is a cooking oil that's sort of aerosolized, or however it's sprayed. Probably not aerosol anyway. Long stretch of time could be an era. 1998 Winter Olympics site. Was that Nagano, Japan? Yeah, Colorado ski resort is Aspen. I think that's probably right. Publication where this puzzle might be found. Some kind of magazine. Not sure what magazine. Chewing gum brand with red, white, and blue packaging. Oh, Bazooka Joe. That had those little comic strips inside of it. Word before eye or spirit, the evil eye or an evil spirit. Nobel winner Morrison, Tony... Oh. A vow. You could declare something open that you could avow it. This is different. What's this then? How could this be something different? I thought these were going to end up being different because it just seems strange that they'd be written in the grid otherwise. But how is this one going to be different? So this is a vow. Maybe there's a different Morrison. Software version designed to reveal bugs. Beta, yeah. Amazes. You awe someone, you amaze them. Garlicky sauces are aiolis. That is not Toni Morrison. Letter between G and I, H, which is sometimes spelled out like this, A-I-T-C-H. Santo Domingo. Real stinkers are, I'm not sure, smells? I'm not sure. Handwritten entry on a calendar, abbreviation. An appointment, I guess, probably. Where the 18 across is commonly found. Some kind of magazine is commonly found. Something pocket? I don't know. So confused by this theme. Final outcomes are something. Alternative to jockey, so that could be underwear. So Hanes is a competing underwear brand. Final outcomes. Okay, this also looks different. This is going to be DNA. I mean, that was the really obvious one. If you looked at these and thought, well, are they meant to be misdirecting you? Are they going to be different? RNA to DNA as genetic material is pretty straightforward. So that's not a big surprise. Final outcomes are end states or end, I don't know. Choir voice tenor is a vocal range in a choir. San Bernardino is a place. Okay, brain cell, a neuron. Like short plays, typically, one act. Okay, so the C for Mac is the same. Trackways, lanes, maybe, like on a racetrack. So final outcomes are end results. There we go, that's straightforward. That's disgusting. Now, this doesn't look very good. Sinus doc, an ENT. Maybe this must not be lanes. Sinus doc, an ear, nose, and throat doctor might inspect your sinuses. That's disgusting. Ugh, probably. Oh, so trackways are paths. Okay, fair enough. Fixed as at the vets. Spayed. If you spayed an animal, you spay and neuter your pets. A vet might do that. Have them fixed. So this does look like mac and cheese, doesn't it? So some of these are the same and some are not. E.T. arrived in one, a UFO, an unidentified flying object, an E.T., an extraterrestrial, but also in this case, probably referring to the character from the film E.T. Charges to get in. Fees might be charges to get in to a cover charge to a club or something. Osobuco, there we go. Veal. Sorry, it took me a second there. Veal dish, osobuco. Okay, cowboy's coil is a lasso. They might use to ensnare an animal. And a sheep's bleat is a ba, probably. Hall's partner in rock, Hall and Oates, is a rock duo. And then early internet provider AOL was one of those. Still, does AOL still provide actual access to the internet? I don't know. But anyway, announcement that could put an end to the misery caused by the 49 across. Okay, so is this what? Passenger? Person who may have ruined your puzzle experience. Oh, I see. Is it that they sort of just took guesses at some of these and some of them were right and some of them were wrong? That must be it. So it's a backseat. It's not a... Who's the person who might have ruined your puzzle experience? I don't know. I'm thinking of sort of backseat drivers. Oh no, it's a prior passenger. Oh, I know what this is. Wow. Okay, this is a great theme idea, but it's kind of out of date, unfortunately. It used to be that on air travel, maybe this does still exist on some airlines. I've not seen this for a long time. There used to be an in-flight magazine in the seat pocket in front of you, and very frequently it would include some puzzles, such as a crossword. And I do remember having this experience of opening it up to do the crossword and realizing that someone had done a third of it before I got there. And it's so frustrating because, obviously it's fair enough. It's their right to do the crossword as much as anyone else's. But yeah, I remember always finding it disappointing when that was the case. Okay, so blank power. So it could be horsepower, but it could be something else probably. Gilda of the original SNL cast, Gilda Radner, comic actor. There we go. So to see red. Okay, so this probably won't be horse. Yeah, this probably won't be horse because SD doesn't make sense. Is it Ratner with a T? I'm actually not sure. I think it's Ratner with a D. C red. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That must be correct. I don't know what else that would be. Privy to. If you're privy to something, you're in on it. Blank Blue hit 1993 to 2005 series. NYPD Blue. So anyway, I guess I didn't finish talking about the theme, but I guess the point here is that they're kind of just entering things throughout the grid without checking crosses. So some of them, like Les Miserables, the one that seemed to me it must be right, would be right. But some of them, like Avow, they entered as a ver, which is also an equally good answer to that clue. And because they didn't do any cross-checking, always check the crosses, as the Daily Solve official mug available through the Patreon campaign states. Because they didn't do that, they must not have that mug. They left these in the grid. Okay, anyway. Dessert that might have a cherry on top. An ice cream sundae, perhaps? And drill sergeants lead into 2, 3, 4. They sort of say hup 2, 3, 4. You always see that depicted that way. Real stinkers. It's not smells. It's, I don't know. Young women affectionately. The something? Oh, right. So where the 18 across is commonly found. Oh, this is in flight. Right. Okay. So I used all these phrases, but I forgot to go back and consider them in the context of the theme. So in-flight magazine, and then your seat pocket or something. Where the 18 across is commonly found. Real stinkers. Okay. Young women affectionately. I'm wondering if Athena is spelled differently. Is it spelled with an E, maybe? Greek goddess of wisdom. I don't think so. Just trying to think how I can get seat pocket to fit. Young women affectionately. Oh, okay, well. The seats pocket? No, that's not. This airplane pocket? That would actually fit, although this would look weird. Okay, I'm actually not sure what the answer to that is. That's kind of annoying. Apply to as the skin, to something on the skin. So educational items that spin are globes. Okay, so Les Miserables finally demonstrated to be correct. Apply to as the skin. Dab on, rub on. GPS prediction that takes traffic congestion into account. Oh no, it's not neither of those, because this is ETA, estimated time of arrival. So apply to as the skin is use on. Seems too generic. Down in the dumps, you're sad. Maybe it is use on. Okay. Big shot on the internet. Not sure. Recapitulate. To recapitulate something, to sort of sum it up, to restate it concisely. World's largest movie theater chain. It must be AMC. So I would believe that they're the largest simply because if you're the largest in the United States, you're probably the largest. But does AMC operate internationally? I don't think I've ever seen AMC outside of the US, but maybe they are. I'm sure they're in Canada. Droop is sag. What you might do if you don't know an answer, you might guess. Okay, so horse was wrong. So solar power, there we go. Not horsepower, but solar power. And then tumbler, e.g. is an example of a glass, sort of rocks glass. And then Dr. Freud, Sigmund Freud, these famous psychological theories. And then see red is to get mad. There we go. A toothy look would be a grin. Corvette Stingray feature is a T-top. So this is a form of convertible roof on a car. And then announcement that could put an end to the misery caused by the 49 across. Return your tray tables, or return tray tables to their upright positions. Right, okay. So you're putting it away. You're no longer solving this half-completed puzzle, or this 10% completed puzzle. So this looks like mac and cheese, doesn't it? Car brand. Maybe it's not. What car brand starts with M-A in 4 letters? I'm not sure. Letters on an incomplete schedule, to be determined or to be announced. It could be either of those. Rechargeable two-wheeler and an e-bike. Find these all over cities now, sort of rentable e-bikes, which I've actually started using quite a lot. It's incredibly convenient. All right, letters on an incomplete schedule. Yeah, TBA or TBD. 18-wheeler is a big rig, maybe on highway towing a trailer. Went postal is raged. You got angry. What a funny phrase. I haven't seen gone postal in a long time. I was reasonably young when this happened, but I vaguely remember there being incidents where mail carriers in the US had some kind of, I don't remember what happened. I don't remember what they actually did, but there were at least 2 cases of mail carriers getting incredibly angry and, I don't know, causing personal or property damage of some kind. And the phrase to go postal, meaning to become infuriated, sort of arose. And I've not seen that used in a long time. It's a funny thing to see. That was sometime in the 90s. I should look that up. I don't really ever know that. I never really read about the details of it because as I say, when it happened, I was kind of only vaguely aware, but yeah. Anyway, car brand. Oh, it's a make of. Okay, so it's not a specific brand. It's the word that means a car brand is a make of car. Okay, so this was TBA, to be announced on the schedule. And then body parts that swivel. Your hips can swivel. Religion with 100,000 public shrines in Japan. Shinto, which means something like the way of the gods. Real stinkers are skunks. Right. Okay. This is something that literally, not metaphorically, stinks. Blank factor grossness measure, the ick measure. Whoops, I misspelled skunks. Sorry. Young women, chicas. Okay, so there we go, from Spanish. So seat back pocket. Why did I not? Oh, what did I say? I said back seat pocket. That's what I was thinking. That's wrong. No, it's the back of the seat. It's the seat back. Okay. Sorry about that. I just misspoke, and that led me astray. Big shot on the internet. Right, I see. Might be an influencer. And then a slippery fish is an eel. Girlfriend in Grenoble. So Grenoble here is just being used to indicate the French language. So it's ami, which is the feminine form of the word friend in French. Outfielder's call would be mine, right? Okay, so in baseball, you might have an outfielder running for a ball and saying, it's mine, I'll get it. Girlfriend in Guadalajara, amiga. So there we go. There's another feminine form of friend for us. So we've got 2. They do cross each other. That's nice. Okay, so TV journalist Melber, I don't know. Looks like it could be Annie or Ari. And then one who works with ore or data, a miner, mining metal ore or metaphorically data mining. And then to solidify, if something solidifies, it sort of gels up. And then this is Ari. So there we go. Okay, so I feel as though I kind of April fooled myself by thinking this theme was going to be more complex than it was. So I maybe that was the purpose of the grid. I don't know. It may well have been the purpose of the theme to just be initially confounding, because I was thinking there's no way these could just all be correct and put in the grid. It doesn't make any sense at all. Because then what's the joke or what's the theme or But then I saw some of these answers and thought, well, I just don't see what else it could be. And it just turned out some of them were right and some of them were wrong. It was a very accurate depiction of a prior passenger solving the in-flight magazine, which you've retrieved from the seat back pocket before it's time to return your tray tables. So there's a nice, simple, but clever April Fool's Day theme for Tuesday, and I think a reasonably approachable puzzle, although I probably made it a little more tricky on myself than I needed to. So there we go. Good in-flight magazine themed puzzle today, and happy April Fools. That's it. We say that? I think we just say April Fools, but I haven't fooled you. I fooled myself. So I'll say it to myself. April Fools. All right, there we go. I'll be back tomorrow for the Wednesday crossword. We're not going to have any of this nonsense. We might have a different theme, though, and we'll find out what that's all about then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Tuesday. Take care.